Good morning, guys, gals. Happy Easter. Are you egg hunting today? No, my egg hunting is over with, but we are queen hunting. What's cooking? What is cooking today? It's not gonna be grasshoppers and mealworms like the goofball left wants you to get. No, no. We're cooking queens, but we're not eating them. No. Got some more Martin girls here. He had a few extras. And what are they doing in this box here? Let me shut this thing off here. I want to talk over that. Oh, look at it. What's going on here? We got a little different program. Program is, you know, we were taking the cell and just shoving it in the... We were just taking the cell and shoving it in a California Mini. Look at these pretty girls. What's going on in here, baby girls? Oh, yeah. They've still got a little drop of honey right there, there, and there, see? Yeah, you put it up high on the cage and let it drizzle down. But you don't put much. Just put a little drop. I've got one girl here. I don't know if she's died in the cell or what. But you can see what I'm doing here. Got tons of royal jelly left in it. That's the way I like to see them. And Mr. Martin, he knows what he's doing, okay? Because he saw my sign. And here's the sign, okay? So, you know, Martin believes in the Lord, I think. I know he does. Anyway. Yeah, you see what I'm doing here? Instead of just inserting the cell in the cage, which gets stuck in there, and then you got to fight all that, you don't have that issue with this going on here, see? I'm trying to see if we have a wiggly body in there. I don't think we do. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to open this thing up carefully like. It's got tons of royal jelly, as you can see in that thing. Look at that. Actually, we have a viable queen in there. So we're going to carefully put that back on that cell. Okay. And we're going to carefully put it back in here. They're due to hatch today. But we had one hatch yesterday. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the new program here on Steveo's Hatching Queens. And I'm going to have a new little deal tomorrow. Hopefully we'll set up for them. These are nice looking girls here. There's a pretty dark one. These are everything. They've got Carnolian. They've got Caucasian. They've got Italian. See, we're not racist here at Steveo's location. Martin and I aren't racist. We breed up all different kinds, varieties. So let's give these girls another drink here with the old insulin syringe. One drop right here next to the honey. You just squirt a little drop right there on the cage. Let it run down. That's it. These girls are going to be going in a hive tomorrow, but I've sold quite a few bees. And I had to make up. I busted my hives 49 ways from Sunday to make up nukes. To make up more nukes, see? And when you do that, your resources kind of get slim, okay? Okay, so I want to show you a frame here too. That I'm gonna be setting up as soon as these resources get pumped back up. I got all these new girls. They're just these virgins. They're just kicking in high gear. Brand new baby girls. They're kicking it. So they're making me resources. I'm pumping sugar water these things like, like crazy right now, and so that'll help them along. We do have saw palmetto coming in and gallberry coming in right now. That's a good thing. So we're getting the wild resources, plus I'm feeding them, plus I set out pollen sub out here. And then get them to find that pollen sub sometimes is tough. And sometimes they don't want it at all. They don't want the natural stuff. But if they're totally out and they're making a lot of babies, they want that pollen to feed the babies. So set out pollen sub, and to get them to find it, all I do is take a soda water bottle, melt a little hole in it, and I create a little harness where I can hang it. And I fill it up. It's only a soda water bottle, like a Coke bottle. You fill that with sugar water with one little hole in it, and you squirt some on top of your pollen feeder, and then you drop the nozzle right down close to the entrance of the pollen feeder. And they'll come in, hit that, and they go, oh, we have pollen here too. We got nectar and pollen. So that's a good way to get them to hit that. Here's a frame here that I'm going to be utilizing. I'm only make up, there's, I think, 13 on this. What I did is took a JZBZ cell bar like this, and I got this special frame here that I made. And you'll see here, I got a pivot point. These will swing out, all right? And this will come out also for grafting. I can sit here, right here, and graft this bar. There's 15 here, but with these here, I can't get the bar in. I probably could change these. And then I put a stop here with a screw, just ran it in. So I have a stop here. So once I graft, I can slide this in like a so. Nice. And then these wings come out, see? These swing out. When you swing both of these ears out, this is 19 inches. It'll go right into my builder. And so I'm going to be harvesting from these girls out here that I've got. I'm going to be harvesting some frames. We'll go through. I'll show you how. I've got a new little deal I'm doing with minimal resources. You're going to be able to get queens mated. You've seen those little bitty square little mini styrofoam things they sell, okay? And you put 1 cup of bees per, and you set them all over, and you add a cell in there, or you let a virgin go in there, and then you come back in a couple of weeks and see if she's laying. You can harvest her and then put in another colony. Well, that's fine for queen breeders, okay? But I'm a nuke maker, okay? And I suggest you guys be nuke makers, all right? Find a guy that can make good queens for you. And I think Martin's going to be selling queens next year. He's just getting geared up, guys. He's just learning the craft, and he's learning it well. And he's got some stuff that he does that I really like. You've seen the queen cells here, all right? You've seen the queens. I'm going to be showing you soon what these queens will do, all right? And you want to rotate these queens out annually, guys, because if you push them hard, if you're moving from crop to crop, honey, you're burning these queens out, because as the nectar comes in, the bees kind of force her to keep cranking, 1,300 plus 2,000 eggs per day. These, in a year's time, you just keep hammering her all like that all season long. Like for me, and back in the day, I was moving my bees 4 times a year. Well, guess what? I was trying to push them bees to make 100 pounds per crop. So I'm trying to push for 400 pounds per hive, and that is really tough to do. It can happen if the crop's there. You might have a crop that blooms, but hey, Mother Nature may not be working with you. She may be dry. It may not have any rain. You don't get the rain, that plant's not going to give you the nectar. So it's a game, you know, it's a roll of the dice. You never know. But normally I'd make 200 pounds a year per hive on average. Some years I'd get lucky, but that's the way it goes. But there's usually enough nectar coming in to make a lot of bees. That's what's cool. You can constantly be splitting, make more walk-away splits, whatnot. But I want to get into a little bit of grafting my own. It's kind of a pain. I really don't. I probably will enjoy it once I get going at it. But anyway, I'm not a queen breeder, so I can't sell queens. Martin's going to try to get set up in that department so we can start moving some queens. That'll be cool. So anyway, tomorrow I got turkey day, ham day with the family for this Easter Sunday. So we'll get out here tomorrow and get these queens in. I don't like keeping virgins very long. I like to get them in a hive. What we're going to be doing is using these new girls are coming on. They're pushing a lot of resources up, but they're on 3 frames. And the two outside frames, some are getting into those pretty good. They're drawing combing on them. They were just foundation comb. They're getting into those and drawing them out, and they're starting to put up some resources. The ones that came back the quickest, you know, and started doing. So I'm going to take one. I'm going to take another 5. I'm going to put on a double screen board. I'm going to leave the existing entrance going the same way. I'm going to turn this entrance the other way. I'm going to bring up 1 frame. Make sure she's not on it. I'm going to bring up 1 frame and put in a box. And I'm going to put a double screen board in there on top of the existing. That way we're going to fill out the rest of that hive with plain frames. I don't have a lot of resources, so I'm going to have to use plain frames. Where you're going to use 1 frame. I see beekeepers doing it from time to time, and I've done it. It's been a long time. I did this back in the 80s, but it was a short time, and I had a commercial guy. We had real limited resources, and he was doing it with 1 frame, and he turned out some excellent queens. So we're going to bring up 1 frame. I'm going to fill out the rest of the box with 4 planes. We're going to retrieve all that heat from that bottom colony up through those ports in that double screen. All right. There's going to be double screens so they can't communicate. So it'll be like a totally different hive. All right. We're going to bring those resources up. We'll leave them probably queenless for 8 hours. And then I'll make these up early in the morning. And before sundown, we're going to install these baby girls, in that top portion. And we'll spritz them with a little sugar water and a little vanilla extract in there. Some people use peppermint. I've never tried peppermint. Don't have any. I just buy what Miss Daisy's vanilla she uses to make a cake with or whatever. I'd put a little vanilla in there. Not much at all. But anyway, we'll do that. We'll release these virgins. And we'll monitor them, and you'll see their success or failure, one or the other. And that's the way we'll go. I've got 7 in stock. I do have 7. I can make up more later on, but I don't think I'll need any more this year. Double screens. And then, like I said, I'm making up a cell builder. But I'm going to start, as the season goes on, I'm going to start retrieving. I may not graft till later on, late summer. That way, as soon as I can get this builder, it's going to be 2 8-frame. I've got 8-frame boxes in stock. I'm not going to buy a 10. Martin uses 10. That's cool. If I had 10s, I'd use them. He's got these cram full, top and bottom cram full of bees, these cell builders. And he uses a queen right cell builder. And I really like his method. It is really cool. Anyway, I'm going to use 8s. I have them in stock. So I'm going to start gathering supplies. Now, when I'll go in as I'm rifling through checking bees. Yesterday, I went in, I put Amatraz towel, and I put a beetle barn in everything. Okay? They're looking good. They're looking healthy. But I seen a couple beetles. You start seeing beetles, and more than likely you have varroa. So get your towels in there, start killing out them varroas, and get them traps in also, and the beetle barns, and start taking out the beetles. So what we'll do is harvest, as I go through harvest, maybe a solid honey frame. We'll harvest pollen frames. Now I can't get too crazy with this because I don't have a freezer anymore myself. Miss Daisy has her freezer, and she allows me occasionally to put stuff in her freezer, see. But if you ever become a commercial guy, you really do need a freezer, because you can freeze this stuff. I mean, you're trying to store it under moth crystals and all that nonsense. No, that's nonsense. No, eventually those fumes run out, and then wax moth come in and start laying up eggs. But if you got any eggs on that thing at all, no big deal. They go in the freezer, they're dead, right? Day before you're going to utilize these, let them sit out room temperature, and then get them in the hive, okay? So what we'll have is a graft. We'll have a pollen frame and a honey frame in there, right close to these grafts. Yeah, that's how it's done. Plus, we'll show you how to set that up, the whole builder set up, how to push the bees down, exclude them, have all the, when you do this manipulation, you have all the goodies up top that you need to create an excellent cell builder, which is a lot of nurse bees. And it's really cool, simple way to do this. You don't even need to look for a queen if you don't want to. If you want to look for a queen, fine and dandy, waste some time doing that. I'm going to show you how to push them all down, get the resources up, get an excluder on there, let them equalize, and then I don't have a cloak board for these 8s. Well, what I'm going to do is cut a piece of cement board, hardy board. That'll go on top. When I'm ready to separate, I'm going to be putting hardy board on top of that excluder and setting the hive down on top of that. So that's it for today, guys. Go enjoy your family gatherings, and I will see you tomorrow. We'll get these girls in the double screen board, 5 framers, mating boxes, and it's all good. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.